Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Mike on the Mic. I'm Mike Hughes. Welcome to Nex-Tech Local 1. We're going to have some great football action for you here shortly. And speaking of great football action, District now gets underway. It's been underway for the 8-man divisions the past couple of weeks, but now everybody else will be in district play starting this week, and there's some great lineups for district contests. First off, looking at games tonight, it's going to be TMP, 2-4 on the season. They're going to go to Phillipsburg, still unbeaten. TMP beat Oakley last week 46-0, while Phillipsburg beat Larned 34-6. I will mention a lot of these games last week were shortened because of weather. Some were postponed, delayed. So some of the games weren't even completed until Monday night. But most games did get in. He'll be McPherson, 5-1 on the season at Hayes. Hayes 2-4. That's a game you're going to see here on Nex-Tech Local 1 very shortly. McPherson shut out Rose Hill last week 34-0, while Hayes lost to Dodge City in a close game 12-7. It's going to be 5-1 Norton at Russell. Russell 4-2. Norton beat Colby last week 35-6, while Russell defeated Republic County 49-7. It's going to be Logan Palco, now 4-2 on the season. They're going to be at Lincoln 1-5. Logan Palco lost to Osborne, has a tough loss come district play. We'll talk about that shortly. They lost to Osborne 44-10. Lincoln lost to Solomon by a score of 38-6. Sylvan Lucas still undefeated. They're 6-0. They'll be at Northern Valley. That game in Almena, they are 4-2. Sylvan Lucas defeated Lakeside last week 46-6, while Northern Valley shut out Wilson Big 70-0. It'll be Quinter at Rawlins County. Quinter 0-6, still looking for the first win at Rawlins County. They are 4-1. They had an open date on September 29th. That's why they only have 5 games in. Quinter lost to Hoxie last week 54-0, while Rawlins County pulled off the upset, knocking off number 1 St. Francis 40-32. That was the first regular season loss for St. Francis since 2014. It's going to be a 6-man contest. Golden Plains 4-2 on the season at Wheatland. They are 3-3. Again, that's a 6-man contest. Last week, Golden Plains defeated Weston 59-12. Wheatland Grinnell lost to Pawnee Heights 42-0. It'll be Victoria at Osborne. This is a big game for 8-man, a big game for the district. Victoria defeated a good Bennington team last week, 48-14. Osborne had no trouble with Logan Palco, knocking him off 44-10. As a matter of fact, Osborne rolled up 416 yards. Logan Palco only managed 156. It's going to be Thunder Ridge. They're 2-4. They won 2 in a row. They're going to be at Lakeside. Lakeside looking for their first win. They're 0-6. Thunder Ridge beat Stockton last week 30-20 in a game that was postponed. Lakeside lost to Sylvan Lucas 46-6. Hill City, they're 4-2, will be at Decatur Community at Oberlin. They're 2-4. Hill City defeated Rural Vista last week 70-22. Decatur Community beat Trigo 34-16. That game you saw here last week on Nex-Tech Local 1. Wilson, they're 1-5 on the season, will be at 0-6 Stockton. Wilson lost to Northern Valley last week 70-0. Stockton lost to Thunder Ridge 30-20. It's going to be Trigo. They're 2-4. They're going to be at Hoxie. Hoxie 5-1. Trigo lost to Decatur Community last week, as you mentioned, 34-16. Hoxie shut out Quinter 54-0. It will be Oakley. They're 1-5 on the season at Plainville. Plainville 3-3, 3 in a row for the Cardinals. Oakley lost to Trigo 46-0, to TMP last week 46-0, while Plainville rolled over Sacred Heart 50-0. And it's going to be Smith Center hosting Sacred Heart. Sacred Heart 1-5, Smith Center 5-1 is senior night. Smith Center defeated Ellis last week 33-7. That game called with 7 seconds left in the first quarter. And Sacred Heart lost to Plainville 50-0. Now, Looking at district standings at this time for 8-man, as I said, the rest of the divisions get underway this week. In 8-man, 1 District 4, Victoria and Osborne both 2-0, and that's a big matchup tonight. See who goes on from there. Solomon and Bennington both 1-1. Logan Palco and Lincoln 0-2. Logan Palco in a big hole right now. 8-man, 1 District 8, St. Francis 3-1 as they got beat last week by Rawlins County. Hoxie, Hill City, Rawlins County are all 2-1. Decatur Community 2-2. Trigo is 1-2, and Quinter already eliminated from district play. They are 0-4. In 8-man 2 District 4, Beloit St. John's Tipton and Pike Valley, they're both 2-0. Pike Valley, that game delayed with Rock Hills. They were both 5-0 going into Friday night's action. Was delayed, was played Monday night. Pike Valley picked up that win in overtime. Rock Hills and Lynn, they're both 1-1. Southern Cloud and Tescott, both 0-2. And in 8-man 2 District 5, Sylvan Lucas, Northern Valley, and Thunder Ridge are all 2-0. Stockton, Wilson, and Lakeside, all 3 of those teams currently 0-2. Now looking at the standings, state rankings in 3A, Phillipsburg still number 2, behind number 1 Nemaha Central. Phillipsburg again leads 3A in defense, allowing only 33 points. A big game tonight in 3A as number 5 Conway Springs goes to number 4 Garden Plain. My prediction, Phillipsburg going to be in the championship contest against number 3 Silver Lake. You heard it here first. 2A, Smith Center still number 1. They've outscored their opponents 220-57 so far this season. Number 4 El Saline is 5-0. Last week, they played Sterling, hosted Sterling. That game stopped 14-6 in the second quarter Friday night. Sterling wanted to postpone the game till Saturday. El Saline said no. That game was declared a no contest. So no win, so no loss for either Sterling or El Saline. El Saline Smith Center will match up in a couple of weeks. Will be a good one. Prediction, Smith Center is going to be in the state championship game against number 3 Linden. They're undefeated right now as well. 8-man 1, number 1 Burlingame. Number 3 is Osborne. Number 4 St. Francis. Number 5 Hoxie. That's going to be quite a battle just for the district, let alone for state rankings. St. Francis, Rawlins County, Hoxie, all 1-1 playing each other, so that could play out anyway. Right now, believe it or not, Hoxie could win that district if those 3 match out. 8-man 2, Hanover number 1, Pike Valley number 2. Look for those 2 to meet up in the state championship game. Again, Pike Valley defeated Rock Hills 28-22 in the game completed on Monday night. How about them Fort Hays State Tigers, folks, on a roll, come from behind to beat Pittsburgh State in homecoming last Saturday night. To win that game, they are 6-0 and currently ranked number 8 in the nation. Get a chance, get out and cheer on the Tigers. Well, that's going to do it for this week's edition of Mike on the Mic. We do want to thank our sponsor, Leon's Welding and Fabrication, located on East Highway 40 in Hays. Now stay tuned next for our Game of the Week, right here on Nex-Tech Local 1.